The Europa Conference League was back this week, guys. Let's have a look at the opening rounds of fixtures in this competition. The Matchday 1, 5 things we learned, the 5 main highlights of this opening day. Let's have a look, guys. And we're going to start in Poland for Dynamo Kiev against Crystal Palace. Of course, Kiev not able to play their home matches in their home stadium or their home country, so they're playing this one in Poland. Crystal Palace, meanwhile, are making their debut in this competition. They came through the qualifying rounds, but now they're into the league phase. So how were they going to get on? How were they going to step up? Well, they stepped up really well. They continue their unbeaten run, the longest unbeaten run in their history, and also the longest unbeaten run right now of any of the top 5 European leagues by a long, long way, and it's still continuing. Daniel Munoz and Eddie Nketiah with the goals in this one. Borna Sosa got sent off late in the second half, but the game was pretty much done by that point. Kiev, bit of a sorry sight, you know. It's really hard to see them like this, to be honest with you. They're a proud European side, but unfortunately, as we know why, they're falling on hard times right now. It's still good to see them in European competitions, but this could well be a long Conference League campaign for them, unfortunately, or a short one, depending on how you look at it, of course. But we'll move on next to another one of the early kickoffs. Zrinski against Lincoln Red Imps. Lincoln Red Imps making their debut in this competition as well, coming through the qualifying round on top of that as well, from the Gibraltar League, and they got absolutely hammered in this one. I mean, I was holding on to the thought they might be able to get a draw in this away from home, but no. The step up in quality was too much for them. Zrinski scoring 5 without reply. Lincoln Red Imps not a single shot on target. Yeah, I mean, that's a rough introduction to this level of European competition, but the fact that they've got there and they're flying the flag for Gibraltar, they are making the Rock proud. Dwayne Johnson himself, very proud of this one, I'm sure, but yeah, not too proud of that result, I don't think, after that one, unfortunately for them. Move on, hopefully a home game will yield more for them in match day 2. Next, let's move on to the 8 o'clock kickoff. Shamrock Rovers, they travelled out to Prague to face Sparta Prague. Now, Shamrock Rovers were really one of the surprise packages in the Conference League last season. But this season, going off of this, it could be a long campaign for them, or a short one, again, depending on how you look at it. A 4-1 defeat for them, unfortunately. They tried to hold their own. They were clinical in the sense that they scored with their only shot on target, but they barely had any of the ball, and Sparta Prague just really showed their quality. There's a real gulf between these two sides, as you would expect, aside from the Czech Republic and aside from the Republic of Ireland. But yeah, I think this was always going to be a tough one. I did say they might have got a draw. They managed to do that against Rapid Vienna last season. But yeah, unfortunately, this time around, they got absolutely spanked. But again, with a home match in the next match day, it could be a better one for them. Shamrock were not playing at home. However, there was a team that was playing in their home stadium, Shelbourne. Now, Shelbourne unable to play in their home ground because it doesn't meet UEFA regulations, so they were playing this at Shamrock Stadium. And maybe they'll want to go back again sometime soon because they managed to get a draw against Häcken of Sweden. A massive result for them. Häcken having the lion's share of the possession and the chances in this one. But Shelbourne, they kept it to 0-0. They shut the Swedes out. And it's a first point for them in their first ever Europa Conference League game. That is not a qualifier. Fantastic for them. At least there's a good news story from them when it comes to Irish football in midweek. But it was not a good news story for Scotland in general, really, this week in European competition. And Aberdeen continue to fly that flag at half-mast. It was very much a disaster for them against Shakhtar Donetsk at home. Again, Shakhtar, you know, they're a side that are used to being in the Champions League. Indeed, they were in the Champions League last season. They are a huge club for this level. And clearly they've still got something about them. They're looking a bit better than what Dynamo Kiev are, also from Ukraine. They managed to win this game 3-2 away from home. A great result for the Ukrainians, but it's a bad result for Aberdeen to get them started. I don't know how to really read this one. I mean, Shakhtar on paper should be beating Aberdeen, but the fact that they've lost this one at home, despite scoring 2 goals, I think they've got to be a bit disappointed in this one. Shakhtar, very dominant in their possession, very dominant in terms of the chances taken. They took almost all of their opportunities in this, and it showed. There's the difference really between a side that is experienced in European competition and a side that makes it through every now and again, but doesn't really do much. But we'll see what happens to Aberdeen. They'll have easier games for sure, particularly at home. But yeah, not too encouraging that for the Dons. But yeah, those are the 5 matches I looked out for this week, guys. The 5 main highlights in the Conference League. What were your main takeaways from this, guys? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, guys, have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today. And we'll see you very soon.